The mayor, when he came in, identified 5 key areas that we want to focus on, and one of them is citizen engagement, right? So is how do we engage with people to partner, to get their feedback, to make sure that they're part of the process when it comes to the business of government. And we always wanted data to be a key element of that. We got a demo and a preview of kind of this new feature, and we've been working with Socrata to figure out how to leverage it. There's always been a bit of a barrier with getting that data into the hands of the regular citizen who might not be technical, right? Because again, if you just give them a piece of like a Excel spreadsheet, it's hard for them to make sense of it. What's great about the new data lens tool and the other visualization tools that are coming out is it actually makes it more actionable for people who are non-technical to understand what's happening. What's great about it is that it lets people actually see the story of what's happening. You can actually dive into like a specific area, right? So one thing that's interesting in LA is we have this really strong neighborhood council group. Now, I can tell a neighborhood council, like, so you want to find out what's happening in crime in your area or building permitting, right? And say you're in Council District 7, you can just like pull up the map, pick that specific location, and all of the data is specifically then just for that neighborhood council. This is a data lens page for foreclosed properties. And what's great about the data lens view regarding this kind of information is this is a policy issue that people care about, right? So council members care about this, the mayor cares about this, neighborhood councils care about this. So you can actually, if you're in a particular council district, for instance, and you want to figure out what's happening in your area, you can actually just specifically click that area and see all the locations that are foreclosed in that space. You can see the different property types, right? So is it single family, is it multifamily? And you can see when it's happening, right? So you can actually track, are there peaks, are there concerns? So maybe what this means, if you can see here, that in January you actually see a lot more than the rest of the year. Okay, so that may mean that in January in the winter season, that there's more that we need to do proactively to deal with foreclosed housing, right? So you're able to gain insight from the data in a more compelling way. The nice thing is the new platform actually has a more robust API, a better way to access the data. And so here you can actually grab not just the JSON, which is what you could do beforehand, so that's just the data from the table, but also the GeoJSON, which from a developer perspective is really useful because you can then immediately plug this into something like CartoDB or Esri or other mapping platforms and immediately have access to all the data mapped easily, quickly. I've made maps from this in like 30 seconds because the GeoJSON data is available right there. So it's a very powerful asset to have. We have to go from information to insight. And visualization and tools like Data Lens help people make that transition. So you're going from like generally useful tools to now very specifically targeted tools that actually help people who are decision makers in that community make better decisions.